folks. Dr. Freedom with your times of Doctor News. News in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on some weird, strange level that could only be transcendent. Yeah, here we are. We're now, 19 days now out from Doctor Who premiering. And the weirdest part is, where the hell is the air time? We have an air date, but they still have yet to tell us what time it's going to air on the BBC. And it's like, you'd think that they'd be, putting that out there, because I know there's a lot of folks out there who do, podcasts as well as other things, and we'd like to know what time it's going to happen. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get an announcement soon. I'm really hoping, because I don't know why they're being so secretive about all this. But, what the hell. Also, apparently it was revealed in the Radio Times, so he got faked out again, because apparently Sharon D. Clark's character is now being called Grace and not Mary. So now we got to sit and wonder what else was lied about. So interesting, that they've been, playing these little games with us, but it makes it more fun. It makes you anticipate what's going to hit the screen more. But let's go ahead. Let's got a lot to cover. I hope I get to all of it, because there's a lot. All right, here we go. Let's start off over here. First off, this was put up by Doctor Who Production News Blogspot, and based off the things that have been revealed and whatnot, he's claiming that these particular clips from that last trailer are from Woman of Felled Earth. And, of course, that's kind of obvious, given it looks like this is a crater. And, of course, still in Capaldi clothes somewhat. And also, here we go with that infamous scene. Also, a lot of people were thinking this was taking place in the TARDIS interior. I don't know. Judging from what I've heard, possibly involving a certain time manipulation device, I don't know. There's part of me wondering if we aren't going to see, we're not going to see the interior of the TARDIS till maybe, the second episode or so. I don't know. Just a little flight of fancy there in my imagination. So let's keep moving. All right. Now, according to him also, this must be desolation, the hostile alien environment, and the ghost monument. Don't worry about this. This is a camera drone. And who are Angstrom and Ebzo? Now, we'll go into that more in a minute. Now, this was the thing everybody was calling, these guys were calling them Sontarans. And the thing, as far as we know, they're not. So, now, according to Doctor Who Production Blogspot as well, these are from the Ghost Monument, which is the second episode we're going to discuss in a minute. Okay, we just got a synopsis for it. And he's claiming that these images are from that particular, episode. Check out the uniforms here, man. It's like weird stuff going on there. And, of course, we went over these before, because these are just the trailer images. But now he's got a good idea that these are from Ghost Monument. Okay, Series 11, new images and information. That's right, BBC have issued a new image promoting the return of Doctor Who on Sunday, the 7th of October, 2018. Just give us an airtime. All right, so this nifty thing right here, if you want to go take a look at it, just go click on it, or, whatever. Okay, guest starring, now get ready for this. Episode 2 has now been confirmed as being titled The Ghost Monument. The guest starring will be Sean Dooley, who played Peter Harper in BBC drama series The Street, Susan Lynch, who won the British Independent Film Award for Best Supporting Actress for the 2003 film 16 Years of Alcohol, and veteran actor Art Malik, best known for his portrayal of Hari Kumar in the classic series The Jewel in the Crown. Well, series showrunner Chris Chibnall said, quote, "Finally, Jodie's 13th Doctor is about to crash land onto the nation's screen. It's thrilling to think that in the next few weeks and months, there'll be children encountering Jodie's Doctor in the next few weeks who've never seen the show before." That kind of repeat yourself a little bit at Chibi. I do that a lot myself. It's a bad habit. She'll be forever their doctor, and you never forget your first. Now, alongside Jodie, we have a delightful ensemble of new characters for the audience to fall in love with, led by the incomparable Bradley Walsh, or incomparable, I don't know. Pronounce how you want. All right. So break out the popcorn and hunker down for Sunday night adventures in space and time with 13th Doctor and her new best friends. The journey is about to begin. And here's the synopsis for episode 1. We don't get aliens in Sheffield in a South Yorkshire city. Oh, God, I almost said South Yorkshire shitty. In a South Yorkshire city, Ryan Sinclair, Yasmin Khan, and Graham O'Brien. I was about to say Conan O'Brien, to be honest with you. And Graham O'Brien are about to have their lives changed forever as a mysterious woman, unable to remember her own name, falls from the night sky. Can they believe a word she says? And can she help solve the strange events taking place across the city? So, all right, with Sharon D. Clark, Johnny Dixon, Samuel Othie, written by Chris Chibnall, directed by Jamie Childs. All right. All right, and also this one right here, boom, 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 guest starring Sean Dooley. So this one also written by the Chibs, apparently episode 2, and directed by Mark Tondere. Lots of nifty stuff being bombarded at us via Doctor Who Magazine and a lot of other places. Okay, Doctor Who Magazine number 530 will be out this week. This week, matter of fact, it will be out on the 20th. It features an exclusive interview with Jodie Whittaker, plus previews of her first 2 episodes. Also in this issue, by the way, here's a big surprise. Matt Berry is going to be putting in a little something really neat. Here's the deluxe edition, what else it's going to feature. And this, of course, is also available on the 20th of September. Regular edition will be £5.99. Deluxe will be £9.99. And these will be exclusive. The deluxe edition to W.H. Smith has all this stuff plus this stuff as well. So if you're into that kind of thing, bam. Okay, Jodie Whittaker brings Doctor Who its biggest change in 55 years. Keep in mind, though, they're forgetting that, they changed doctors like 3 years after Hartnell. So I agree with my friend Graham when he said 52 years. The only reason, let me break this down, this show has survived for so long is change and risk. Without change, without risk, you can't have change. And also it has to change. It has to evolve. It has to keep doing things. Otherwise, it's not going to last as long as it has. Moving on. Here's everything we know about the new season of Doctor Who. Now, this one is a nice compilation, believe it or not. It's got some really cool photos, but also it's got some really neat sum-ups of a lot of the stuff we've learned this week, also with some other things thrown in. So this one you definitely want to go check out, all right, over here on BuzzFeed. They've done a really good job with this from what I've read of it. Graham O'Brien and Bradley Walsh, and this over on Cult Box. He's talking about his character. He goes, okay, at the San Diego Comic-Con press conference, Bradley Walsh described Graham as a regular bloke from London who's ended up living in the north of England and gets taken away on this journey. It's like Jodie is Captain Kirk and we're the rest of the guys on the bridge, and I'm like Lieutenant Uhura. Walsh expounded on this Star Trek metaphor in an interview with the Radio Times, where he described when he was in the initial stages of being recruited. He said, quote, "A week later, who's the doctor? Don't know. We haven't chosen him yet." And that went on and on and on. And I said, how can I gauge what I'm going to do with the part? They said, you're going to be like an older companion. It's going to be a bit like the bridge on the Enterprise. It's going to be an ensemble piece. It's going to be like, and I went, well, I'm in, as soon as they said that, because I'm a massive Trekkie. And I went, I'm in. That's okay. I've done it. He goes on a bit this right here. You've got these 3 youthful, and I'm counting myself in that, energized characters. So Graham is certainly the most cautious of the characters. He'd love a chair in every scene and probably a sandwich. Now, Bradley Walsh, on the other hand, is known for his antics on set and Instagram. It says, quote, "Well, he's just a massive dickhead," joked Jodie Whittaker at me, and she burst out laughing. He's absolutely hilarious, but there's so many moments where Brad would say something and he's reduced the 3 of us to tears. Mandip and Towson are also hilarious, and it works so well because we clicked into each other's humor. The best thing is all of us have a sense of humor, so we can take the piss out of each other. We're very lucky to be in those jobs, and you can never be too serious if you've got Bradders around, and he's an absolute tit. That's what I love about Jodie. She has no filter at all. So really nice stuff here. Matter of fact, here's one of the things for Bradders Bangers. If you're not watching this stuff on Instagram, do it. It's worth a laugh. Okay, now here's the article that perplexes the living shit out of me. That Doctor Who Series 11 will feature an LGBTQ plus representation and characters from across the spectrum. When hasn't it? So that's what I can't figure out. And I'm talking at least new series-wise. There's always been, like, you had Captain Jack, you had Bill Potts, you had bisexual references here, pansexual references there. And, we've had gay characters, lesbian characters. That's why I'm trying to figure out what's, going to be so different. The show, at least in the modern series, is always well represented, I thought, that community. So I don't know. Maybe I just run off. But this is Matt Stevens roll on. All right, once again, we got lots of stuff going on, so let's keep moving. Casting female doctor was also a condition. Now, this is the one that worries me. Remember how I always told you that I think Peter Capaldi was asked to leave? Casting a female doctor was a condition of Chris Chibnall taking on the showrunner role. Now, folks, like I said, I'm not beating my own chest or tooting my own horn, but lately Peter Capaldi has been telling people this story at cons that they offered him 4 more years if he stayed on for $100K per year. Now, here's the thing. As I've said before, he was already, I think his first year he made like $400K. And then he took a pay cut for the next following years to $240. Now he's trying to get you to believe that they walked up and said, Peter, we'd like you to stay on for 4 more years, but at less than half of what you're making now. Not to mention you've already been injured once in the role. Also, like I said, if you listen and watch his interviews when he asks him about that whole situation, especially when he's on camera, he tends to glance off to the one side, then he waits a moment, and then he starts telling this story. I think he was asked to leave, or it was pressured to, and he just doesn't want to say anything because, he wants the show to go on and he doesn't want to badmouth it. But this right here really, really knocked me for a loop that they came out and finally admitted this shit. All right, so up to you. We're going to move on. Okay, new places and big names from Big Issue North. Now, this is something I put up on the Dr. Freedom page. Was a bit of this the other day, and I got to thank Connor, Phillip, and all those guys who went out and found that image of it. All right, it says right here, quote, this is from Big Issue North. We've been working hard at staying quiet until now in order that our audiences aren't spoiled. And I love that. You see, that's what's screwing me up right there. It's supposed to be our, I believe. And also that our stories make it onto television in the most exciting way possible. But now we're getting excited about showing you Epzo, a life-changing bike ride, Robertson, the Ooks, Umbreen, Rosa, Desolation, Kendoko's Moon, and Ribbons. All of these things are on their way. So they've kind of given you a bit of a taste, a little bit of a teaser going on there. So they've thrown you some clever hints. They've thrown you some clever things, to contemplate, in the coming, weeks. Here we are about 19 days out, but what perturbs me more than anything is the fact that no airtime has been given. Now, what's the big deal about that? There's a lot of us who do podcasts. There's going to be reactors and things like that who would like to know what time this thing's going to air so we could sit down and plan to make the time for it. Because believe it or not, Sunday is not the same as Saturday. Sunday is kind of like Monday's ugly sister. At least it is to me because, yeah, sure, you get the day off, but you have to spend your night looking forward to Monday. I hate Mondays. It's like the jock itch of the week. It's like, oh, man. Well, folks, that's all I had for you tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, if you want to help us out with the audio plays or anything like that, please contact me via the Dr. Freedom page or the Dr. Freedom and Eric Facebook page. Like I said, I don't use the Dr. Freedom and Eric Facebook page as often as I should, but it was mainly set up by a friend of mine who's been excited. Like I said, I don't blame him because, he's been an active part of this thing since it started. Plus, there's going to be some new, voices coming in. So, some familiar ones coming in different roles. And I'm really hoping you look forward to the next story, What Lies Beneath. But until then, everybody, take care. Ta-ta. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you on the flip side. Freedom out, baby. Freedom train!